Today I am skanking out. Yes. Hello, this is Austin for Sir Cod Gamer. Today I am skanking out. Yes. So, on to the real thing. Basically what this is gonna be is me telling like 4 or 5 short stories that I think are pretty funny because, you know, things that people have said to me in the past that, let me just tell you, people are strange, people are weird. Weird things are said to me all the time, and I can see myself in the mirror. I'm sorry, this is disgusting. But yeah, it's just 4 or 5 short stories that I think are funny that I would like to share with you guys. So I hope you enjoy. The first story on the list is one that me and Sir Cod Gamer, Dookie, have experienced together. See, we're both in band. We're both drummers, call us a nerd, whatever. But we both try out for this thing every year called All County. Pretty much takes the best people in the county to make one band for one concert. And this year in the story, we both made All County, and there are these ranks called chairs. First chair is the best, 6th chair. You made it, you're the 6th best in the county, but you're the worst out of the people who made it. No offense to whoever got 6th chair that year. But there was one guy above me. I got 2nd chair, Dookie got 3rd, and this one guy's name was Jordan. This story is called Conga's Coming Through. So, really what happened was we were practicing for this all-county band, and this Jordan kid, we hated him the whole time. He was awful. Took one of my snare drum parts. The snare drum is a big thing in band, and I was pretty mad about that. So we just messed with him the whole time. Had a good time playing pranks on him and stuff. Turned off his snare on the snare drum, which makes the drum sound completely different for those of you who didn't know, and it ruined one of the songs he was playing. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. That was Dookie. But yeah, I'm an angel. But he was carrying congas, big long drums, big long, like awkward long, carrying them by himself into the gymnasium where we were performing. It was very awkward the way we met. He was trying to carry the congas in a very awkward fashion and trying to squeeze through this door. It's maybe as wide as me, while me and Dookie are trying to walk out the door. And it says Conga's coming through in the most awkward voice that I can just Congas coming through. That's right, the congas, and they come to here. Congas. No joke, that illustrated version, sorry about that, by the way, really happened. It's real. It sounded just like that. Scarred me for life. I remember that was like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was awful. Ugh. Story number 2. I hate you. So, around here we have a community college. My grandpa works there, so sometimes after school I would go down there, hang out, you know, talk to my friends who do go there. And I was sitting at a table with some of them, because I don't know half of them. They were all telling cheesy jokes, every one of them. One of them actually pointed out to one of the dudes who said it, said, "Man, we better cut this out, these are cheesy jokes." So I look over there and I say, "Yeah, better stop it. I'm bad jokes intolerant." Huh? One of them just looks at me with complete disgust, leans over the table, like stops eating, leans over the table, looks me dead in the eyes, and goes, I hate you. And then sits back down, continues eating. That's it. Just no expression. I haven't ever talked to this guy again. It's the last thing he said to me. And I just accepted it. I just said, okay, that's fine. Weird. Story number 3. Acapella group. So, when you're competing in a local band competition, you ought to expect to see some strange things, because, band students, regular students are freaky, so band students are even worse, okay? So, what happened was, I was done performing. I was gonna go get some food, I was waiting in line, and, with my girlfriend at the time, we were waiting in line, and I asked her what she wanted to eat, and she said nothing, like all girls do. No, it's fine. I don't want any food. I don't want food. I'm too fat already. We all know how that works. You just buy food once we leave. Okay, back to the story. I turn around after I'm done ordering my food. My girlfriend left with her friends. And there's this girl standing possibly to here on me, right in my chest, right at Kentucky. And she looks right up at me and says, "You have a perfect voice." I said, "Thank you." Confused tone, because I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's like you have the perfect voice of a rapist. Well, I asked her what she meant by that, and she said, "Well, you sound like you could be the bass in an a cappella group." So I was flattered. I said, "Thank you. That means I don't sound like a woman." So that's good. That's good. And she said, "But you would have the really high solo parts." So I just think of several scenarios whenever she says that. Something like that. Nothing major. It's not like I'd be awful at it or anything. Story number 4. The big slide. My 8th grade field trip. With my school, every year we have a big field trip at the end of the year. Or we used to, before high school got lame. Pretty much what we did our 8th grade year. We went and rode everything at Kings Island. Everything. For those of you who don't know what Kings Island is, it's a theme park. The nearest one to me is Cincinnati. That was good. That was gross of me to say. Why would I? We went to Kings Island, and we could go to the water park. It was fine for us to go to the water park. I was walking with Dookie, but we ended up splitting up somehow, and I was with my friend Ryan, that you probably saw from one of our earlier videos. He doesn't show up anymore. Me and Ryan, we were waiting in line to get on a slide, like one of the big water slides or whatever, the big swirly ones, the big funnels, the fun ones, big kid slides, because that's a thing. Well, we were waiting in line, obviously. We heard this kid talking about how excited he was to get up to the top of the slide, and how excited he was to go down that slide. So we were laughing at the kid, because he was like 5 or 6. He was a cute kid, Tiny kid is cute isn't tiny, not like, yeah, we'll hook up with that kid. Perfect voice for a child rapist. Yeah, well, when we got to the top of the slide, he started freaking out. The kid did. Yeah, and then the kid we were talking about, by the kid I meant Ryan. Because Ryan's a kid. Okay. It's funny. Well, he was complaining to his mom, pulling on her swimsuit. Not really like a swim. It was like a one piece. It was kind of gross. But pulling on her swimsuit. And he said, "Mom, I don't want the big slide." she said, well, we waited 3 hours in line, so we're gonna do it anyway. So the whole time, he's getting closer to the line, he's yelling, I don't want the big slide. I don't want the big slide. And then eventually, it gets to the point where I swear everybody in the park could hear this kid. He shouted so high-pitched and so loud, it was just awful. I don't want the big slide! Imagine that times 50. God, that kid was awful. And the whole time he was going down the slide, you could see him going in the little funnel, going swirling down like that. The whole time screaming, I don't want the big slide. I'm done with the high-pitched voice because it gets on my nerves. My own high-pitched voice. So imagine that kid, okay? I hated that kid. When we got down to the bottom of the slide, because we were right behind them, I wanted to pelt a rock at the back of his head. I wanted to, I didn't. Ryan almost did. I had to stop Ryan from throwing something at him because the kid was sweaty. He was gross. Like he was wet before we got on the water slide. So many scarring things at an amusement park. So guys, that would just about wrap it up for me. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this, me sharing stories that I think are funny, you know, somewhat funny sometimes. You know, I don't have to be hilarious every story I tell, you know. Hashtag haters, right? But, just tell me what you think in the comments. Contact us on Twitter, Snapchat, whatever information we put on this video, who knows. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. You don't have to, but I would love it. This is Austin for Sir COD Gamer, signing off.